The UK Labor government is accused of being anti-business, surprise, surprise, but GB News reports that more than 200,000 businesses have folded since Labor took power.
This is a clear example why high taxation is not good for business and economic development. Before we continue this video, please hit the like button as it will help our channel to grow.
Since Trump took office on January 20, investments have totaled almost $3 trillion, which is a huge figure. I suppose is this latest one considered a win?
Yes, absolutely. It's a huge amount of money in just such a very short amount of time. What I would say is all of his policies are geared to, when he talks about America first, there's nothing wicked about wanting to reshore American companies. Actually, President Obama, when he raised the corporate tax rate to 21%, countries like, for example, Ireland, they lowered their corporate tax rate to 12%. What happened? Well, obviously, who says they want to pay 21% versus 12%? So 997 US companies, Gabriella, are now headquartered in Ireland. So they have all the money, they have all the jobs. Yes, what Donald Trump has done is he has enacted policies that have encouraged US companies to come back and reshore, and also, yes, for foreign investment. It's total $3 trillion so far. Watch for it to go higher.
And it's $3 trillion in such a short amount of time. It's going to be so interesting to watch what happens by the end of the year. Over in the UK, though, it is a totally different situation. The UK Labor government is accused of being anti-business, surprise, surprise. But GB News reports that more than 200,000 businesses have folded since Labor took power. That is a bleak picture for jobs and investment under the current government. What's your assessment?
Oh, absolutely, Gabriella. To my point just now about corporate tax rates. Well, corporate tax rates are one thing. What about individual tax rates as well? It's reported that every 45 minutes, a millionaire leaves the UK. Why wouldn't they? If you're going to have, if you're more of your money that you've made taken away from you. So I think that's absolutely a ghastly statistic. And yes, one of the things in the UK, by the way, the Labour government, I don't believe, and I could be wrong, but I don't even think one member of the Labour government has ever run a business. And I'm always saying in the US, Gabriella, that we should have a constitutional amendment that in order to have hold public office, you should have had to have made payroll and run a business so you understand where money comes from.
Wouldn't that be good?
Wouldn't that be lovely if politicians actually knew how to run a business? And I think that's back to tying all these stories together, back to the $3 trillion of reshoring. That is because there are business people running the government now. If you don't have and you don't make money, you have nothing to tax when you drive away businesses and taxes. So the Chancellor of the Exchequer over there, Rachel Reeves, that's what she's doing. She's absolutely driving away millionaires, driving away businesses, and you're absolutely right about the 203,000 businesses that have folded, and many more are actually leaving.
Previous politicians before President Trump shipped US jobs overseas. Countries like the UK and other Western countries did likewise. These developed countries were outsourcing businesses to countries where there was cheap labor and much lower tax rates. The result was that the US, UK, and other developed nations lost much of their manufacturing industries. The companies that were outsourcing the jobs and manufacturing overseas reaped bigger profits, while citizens lost jobs and government lost revenue. President Trump has reduced corporate taxes, encouraging many businesses to return to the US. The UK and other developed nations could benefit from adopting the Trump administration's approach, enticing manufacturing companies to return. This would create benefits both for employment and government revenue, making these economies thrive once again. If you have benefited in any way from this video, please subscribe, like, share, and be sure to leave us a comment.